So we can deal with the question, does Mr. Long deserve to get the young man's house? Right? That was Mr. Long's main motivation for encouraging the young man to keep gambling. Right? The family had a very nice house, right? And Mr. Long wanted to acquire it. Well, let's talk briefly about legitimate entitlement. If we talk about desert in terms of legitimate entitlement, we could say, well, yes, Mr. Long deserves to get the house. Right? The rules were in place. The young man knew the rules. If we're going to allow legalized gambling, right, we're going to have to require people to pay their debts, right, etc. Now, of course, that brings up the question, well, do we want to have those rules in place? Well, there might be good reasons for them. Okay? There might be good reasons why we should allow casinos, and of course, why we should require people to take responsibility for their actions, etc. So there might be good reasons to have those rules in place. It might be the best set of rules we can get. But that still leaves us with the question, is this the kind of behavior or the kind of outcome we're trying to encourage through the rules? And I think there the answer is going to be a pretty clear no. Right? The rules are not in place to encourage people to prey on someone's addiction, right, and manipulate the person in order to send the person's family into poverty. Okay? That's not the kind of behavior we want to encourage. Right? It's not like the family became poor because Mr. Long outcompeted them at a productive business. Right? Gambling is not that important to the economy. Right? And presumably, we would hope that if we're going to have gambling establishments, they can get by without this kind of tactic. So it seems that Mr. Long does not deserve to have it in the sense of fitting with public rules and their purposes. Right? As things turn out, here's what happens to Mr. Long. Right? Or here's what happens to Mr. Long after the communist takeover.